What if the trusted names on your pantry shelf suddenly signaled that your grocery bill could jump while your retirement nest egg stays flat? Would you risk being blindsided or spend 7 minutes learning how to shield every dollar? That's not a tomorrow problem. PepsiCo, Procter & Gamble, and Kimberly-Clark have already slashed their forecasts, publicly admitting that the American consumer, the backbone of our economy and the heartbeat of your household budget, is under strain. Tariffs on imports, aluminum surcharges that ripple through soda cans and soup tins, and retaliatory fees from abroad have arrived together like an unexpected late winter storm. You feel it first at the checkout scanner. Paper towels creeping up a quarter here, toothpaste up 40 cents there. Added together over a year, those pennies become car payment dollars. The question is no longer, will prices rise? But how quickly will they erode the certainty you've spent decades building? If you've promised yourself that fixed income means fixed peace of mind, keep watching, because the brands themselves just rang the alarm bell. Imagine it is December 2025. Holiday gatherings sparkle, but the ham costs 18% more, gift wrap 12% more, and even the foil you trust to keep leftovers fresh now nibbles at your budget. You shrug once, twice, then the water heater quits and suddenly that slim financial cushion evaporates. Now throw the lens backwards. Remember 1981's inflation spiral? People queued at gas stations, seniors skipped prescriptions to afford bread. Today's numbers are gentler, yet the mechanics are identical. Higher input costs push shelf prices, nervous shoppers pull back, companies downsize or automate, and local jobs vanish. Inaction equals an invisible tax on every future purchase. Worse, brands may shift cost burdens with shrinkflation, hiding fewer sheets in tissue boxes or less detergent in the bottle. The seemingly small losses compound. Retirement projections miss the mark, grandchildren's college funds feel the squeeze. Choose not to act and you may work longer, travel less, and watch once simple treats like a steak dinner morph into luxuries. The stakes couldn't be clearer or higher. Need proof beyond projections? Colgate-Palmolive's North American sales already fell 3.6% this spring after consumers skipped that extra tube of toothpaste. Chipotle's visitation study revealed diners staying home, worried about bills. At Kimberly-Clark, accountants have penciled in an extra $300 million in tariff-driven expenses for 2025 alone. These are not outliers, they're barometers. When global conglomerates flinch, local businesses and fixed-income households feel aftershocks twice over, first in higher retail tags, then in community job cuts. Consider your neighbor's granddaughter juggling 2 part-time roles because her store reduced hours, or a church pantry scrambling to stock diapers after Huggies wholesale jump. The University of Michigan's Sentiment Index, a metric economists treat like an EKG of consumer health, fell 32% in just 3 months. Hope doesn't pay utility bills, decisive adaptation does. And because supply chains take months to reset, price drops rarely arrive as fast as hikes. Recognizing these examples is the first step toward insulating your cash flow before the wave crests. So what can you do this week, not someday, to regain control? Start by auditing your essentials list. Track prices on your 5 most purchased items: coffee, bread, laundry detergent, trash bags, paper goods, using a simple notebook or free phone app. Lock in bulk discounts while loyalty programs still stack with digital coupons. Consider joining or forming a small neighborhood buying co-op. Pooling orders for warehouse club sizes cuts per unit costs without cramming your garage. Shift from name brands when formulas are identical. Federal law keeps over-the-counter drugs equivalent, for example, so you pay for contents, not commercials. Hedge against packaging spikes by choosing refill systems, concentrated cleaners, or shampoo bars that sidestep aluminum and plastic altogether. And revisit your dividends. Consumer staple stocks have historically weathered downturns. Reinvesting payouts can partially offset cart inflation. Dear viewers, when did you first notice everyday prices nibbling at your budget? A cereal box, maybe electricity? Share the exact moment in the comments. Your story becomes a warning flare for fellow retirees, and in return you'll gather real-time tips from neighbors nationwide. Think of it as a crowdsourced inflation radar that grows sharper with every like, share, and subscription you contribute. Small fixes matter, yet the landscape keeps shifting. Tariff negotiations may ease tomorrow or tighten further without notice. If diplomacy falters, imported packaging could jump again, rippling into pet food, canned veggies, even your morning orange juice. Meanwhile, automated factories mean fewer middle-class jobs supporting your local tax base, which can raise property levies on long-time homeowners. And though March's headline inflation cooled to 2.4%, the hidden line items, airfares, medical devices, don't always follow averages. That's why today's budgeting tweaks must evolve into a flexible system rather than a one-off exercise. Think of it like setting a thermostat that adjusts with outdoor temperature. You need mechanisms that track, alert, and adapt before heat or cold become uncomfortable. In short, the new problem is speed. Prices move faster than traditional monthly spreadsheets can capture. Here is the full-spectrum strategy the brands hope you never master. 1. Automate your price log with store apps that push notifications when staples drop below your personal target. 2. Schedule purchases around sales cycles. Most supermarkets discount paper goods every 6 to 8 weeks. Mark it on a calendar so you never restock at peak. 3. Diversify retailers, mix big box, dollar chains, and online subscribe and save programs to keep each competing for your basket. 4. Redirect part of any Social Security cost of living increase into an earmarked inflation buffer savings account. Tiny deposits snowball, giving you cash to pounce on bulk deals or weather sudden spikes. 5. Advocate locally. City councils negotiate waste management, water, even broadband contracts. Collective voices lower communal costs the same way co-ops lower grocery bills. And 6. Review your Medicare Part D or supplemental plans annually. Drug formularies shift like grocery aisles, and a timely switch can free hundreds of dollars that tariffs might otherwise swallow. Master these levers and you transform from reactive spender into proactive budget architect. Keep the momentum by gamifying progress. Post your monthly savings wins under this video. We'll spotlight the sharpest tactic in our next episode, turning real-world retirees into mentors. Bookmark credible trackers, Bureau of Labor Statistics, CPI updates, TariffWatch newsletters so your information is fresher than yesterday's headlines. Rotate pantry stock with first in first out labels to avoid expiry waste. If mobility is a concern, pair up with a neighbor who drives. You split fuel and multiply buying power. Most crucially, teach grandchildren these habits. Inflation lessons given at 16 paid dividends for 60 years and passing them on converts personal prudence into family legacy. Remember, brands use sophisticated analytics to safeguard profits. You deserve equal tools guarding yours. Each subscription alerts you when we decode their next move so your strategy stays one step ahead. We began with a question: will you let rising costs quietly erode the security you spent decades earning? Now you hold the playbook to push back, track prices, time purchases, diversify vendors, build buffers, and rally community power. Because when multinational CFOs confess worry, ordinary households gain crucial lead time to outmaneuver the storm. Act on even one tip tonight, feel the confidence return tomorrow. And if today's video sparked action, imagine the compounded value of the next one. So tap subscribe, ring the bell, and join this growing circle of savvy consumers. Until then, may your cart be full, your budget balanced, and your future firmly in your own hands. Goodbye for now and see you in the comments.